What up everyone, it is Toshi and today we are going to be talking about Zangetsu. So the reason I've decided to do this video is because Zangetsu has always sort of confused me because when his character was originally introduced into Bleach back in the first season, don't know what volume, I apologise, but during the Soul Society arc, when Ichigo first met Zangetsu in his inner world, it was obviously, introduced as Zangetsu as, his Zanbakuto, that was his name, and, we all know how that went. But, as the story progressed, we got to see Ichigo's inner hollow, and that was later revealed to be the real Zangetsu, and then Zangetsu was revealed to not be Zangetsu, and then they sort of fused together, and it was just sort of it was very confusing. So the reason I want to talk about this is because I just find it sort of interesting, a little bit annoying, but ultimately just confusing, but also interesting. So obviously, it was later revealed in the Thousand Year Blood War arc that the Zangetsu that we thought we knew was just Yuha, but 1,000 years younger, and it was obviously the manifestation of Ichigo's Quincy powers, which he had inherited from his mother. And it was also revealed that every time that Zangetsu saved Ichigo's life during battle, it was actually Ichigo's inner hollow. Zangetsu was using the power of Ichigo's inner hollow to rescue him, rather than using his own power, because obviously he didn't want Ichigo to become a Soul Reaper, because if he became a Soul Reaper, he'd be exposed to danger, pain, hurt, and he would eventually have to be killed by Yuha's hand. At least that was how it was. At least that's how we imagined it. It's not actually how it went, but yeah, I mean, well, he was exposed to like pain and danger and all that, but he wasn't killed by Yuha's hand. Very close though. But no, I just sort of wanted to talk about it because it's just very interesting. So like I said, when Zangetsu was first introduced, he was tall with like stubble, long brown hair, and we were like, oh, okay, so this is Zangetsu, like this is Ichigo Zanbakuto. And then later on, White Ichigo came out, and obviously that was meant to be the manifestation of Ichigo's hollow powers, and that was the case in the anime and the manga for a very, very long time, up until the Thousand Year Blood War arc, where it was revealed that what we thought was Zangetsu was actually the manifestation of Ichigo's Quincy powers, and what we thought was the manifestation of his hollow powers, White Ichigo, that was the real Zangetsu, and it's I might get a few things wrong here, because I still don't think I fully understand it, and I still do get confused by it, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I consider the character and the concept of Zangetsu to be the most confusing one in Bleach, because it was basically just everything that we had thought was true was a massive lie. Imagine how Ichigo felt. And when Ichigo gets his new Zanbakuto, like the real Zangetsu, was it like the big blade was meant to represent his inner hollow, like his actual soul powers, like White Ichigo, like the actual Zangetsu, and then the small blade was meant to represent what we thought was Zangetsu but wasn't. It could be the other way around though, I don't know which blade was meant to be which, but pretty sure the big blade was meant to be White Ichigo with hollow powers, and the little blade was meant to be, the Yuha thing. That, yeah, confusing, right? But Ichigo had stated that he believed that both of them, the White Ichigo and what we thought was Zangetsu, we'll just say Old Man Zangetsu, and then we'll say White Ichigo, even though White Ichigo is technically Zangetsu and Old Man Zangetsu is technically Yuha. But yeah, so Ichigo stated that he believed Old Man Zangetsu and, White Ichigo is in a hollow were both Zangetsu, were both his powers. And that was what we thought, midway through the manga, when White Ichigo stated that Old Man Zangetsu and him were Zangetsu. He stated that, I am Zangetsu, we're Zangetsu, like we're one. But it was just very confusing, at least in my opinion, especially compared to like other Zanbakutos as well, because like Senbon and Sakura didn't have that, Hyoden Manu didn't have that, Ryuzin Jaka didn't have that, you know, Kata and Kyokatsu had 2 manifestations, so did Zabimaru, but the whole Zangetsu thing, it was just very confusing because Zangetsu doesn't even technically have 2 manifestations, it just has one, which is the White Ichigo. However, we thought it was 2 because Kubo did a mind loop with this, right? Because I'm talking about it right now and I still feel like I don't fully understand it. So if you guys want to give me any like tips in the comments or anything, or like help me out, because I've even like gone online to sort of research this. You know, I still don't get it, but you know, the point in this video is to sort of talk about it, I guess, and just have a rant. But no, I mean, do I like the character and the concept of Zangetsu? I mean, yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Ichigo. I like Zangetsu. I mean, I like his abilities, his powers, Ichigo's costume design. Ichigo's not my favourite character, but he's one of my favourite characters. And you know, it was really interesting seeing the evolution of not just Ichigo, but his Zanpakuto and his powers as well. And you know, it was, you know, and how it was revealed that every single time that Ichigo would holofy during a fight, that was Zangetsu. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, all the times we thought Ichigo's inner hollow was helping him, it was actually Zangetsu. And so it was just like, it was basically the manifestation of his Quincy powers and a manifestation of his soul powers and hollow powers just going at it, like, all the time. And obviously, you know, the manifestation of his Quincy powers, you know, what we thought was Zangetsu, what we thought was Old Man Zangetsu, was actually like a younger version of Yuha. And obviously he didn't want Ichigo to become a Soul Reaper because, well, A, Quincy's don't like Soul Reapers. Yuha proved that quite well. And B, he didn't want Ichigo to die because Ichigo was still, you know, a Quincy, still one of them. And he wanted Ichigo to continue living and join him one day, but obviously it didn't end up going like that. But yeah, I mean, I haven't got too much to say, purely because I don't really understand it. But yeah, I mean, it's just confusing, right? Like it was like people be like, oh, like what's Zangetsu, like who, or like who's Zangetsu? I don't know. I really I do not know. But yeah, I mean, cool character, cool concept, key part of Ichigo's development and Ichigo's character. Some great moments in the anime, some great moments in the manga. It's just, I think it was just a big shock when it was revealed that Old Man Zangetsu wasn't Zangetsu. Because that's what we thought, right? We thought Old Man Zangetsu was Zangetsu. We thought White Ichigo was like his hollow powers. And then, you know, it was later revealed that they were actually both Zangetsu. And then it was later revealed that actually White Ichigo was Zangetsu and Old Man Zangetsu wasn't. So, you know, Ichigo's Zanpakuto and the manifestation, all that has always been a very touchy subject, a very unclear subject, both in the manga and the anime. And, you know, I mean, I could talk a little bit about, you know, the Zanpakuto arc, but it was only in the anime, you know, with Muramasa and all that, but only in the anime, not official, not canon, not worth talking about. Maybe in a separate video, like, dedicated to that, I'll do it, but not for this video because it's not official. I need my eyebrows done so badly, man, it's actually annoying me. Besides the point, side rant. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess. Just, at least to me, Zangetsu was really confusing, but I don't think it made Bleach bad, and I don't think it was an issue. I think it was very interesting and very cool, and I highly commend Kubo for pulling that switch on us and making it this confusing, because he could have made Zangetsu just like every other Zanpakuto. He could have, but he didn't, and I really appreciate that, because as confusing as it is, it adds more depth and spice and lore and interest to the story, rather than just making Zangetsu like every other Zanpakuto out there. But no, I mean, that's pretty much it. I guess, like I said, I mean, the biggest shock was just knowing that every time we fought Zangetsu would help Ichigo win a battle, you know, like against Kenpachi, against Ukiura, against Byakuya, it was actually, it wasn't Zangetsu, it was Zangetsu, sorry. So no, I messed that up. So every single time that Ichigo holified in a fight, you know, when we thought his hollow powers were helping him, like when he fought against Ukiura, when he fought against Byakuya, when he fought against Grimjow, the Vizards, like everyone, that was Zangetsu. And we just didn't think that it was. And we just constantly thought that, like, okay, like Zangetsu was his soul powers, and, you know, White Ichigo was his hollow powers, and it was just going to battle it out, and then one day, one of them will either win, or they'll both, like, coexist. And then it was just sort of revealed that, no, they're actually both Zangetsu, and then it was revealed that no, it's actually the opposite. But yeah, I could rant about this for like ages, but I'm not going to because that'd be really long and boring and we'll never get anywhere because, like I've stated countless times, I'm not Kubo, you're not Kubo, I don't know, you don't know, I can't confirm, you can't confirm, unless you actually are Kubo and you are watching this, in which case, hit me up and let me know if Yoruichi and Kisuke is alive. Like, that's like the only thing I ask of you. If you want to show us Aizen's Bankai, that would be appreciated. But no, just let me know if Kisuke and Yoruichi's alive, and that's all I like require of you. Thanks for making a great manga, I guess. But no, I mean, Zangetsu's overall really confusing. I like this whole video could be wrong. Like, that's how confused I am by like the concept and character of Zangetsu. But you know, I mean, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a better understanding of Zangetsu than I clearly do. If any of you could like help me out a little bit with his character, like in the comments, that would like be really appreciated. But you know, not needed. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I'm not hating on Zangetsu. I think he's a cool character, a cool concept, and I like the way Kubo did it. Like, even though Kubo did it in a way that was very confusing, he did it in a way that was also very interesting and deep. It added a lot of depth to the story, and not just the story, but to Ichigo's character as well, and to like Zanpakuto's in general, I guess, like to the way that the Bleach universe works. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. This is Toshi, signing out.